The football world was left stunned when Borussia Dortmund announced Nuri Sahin as their new head coach for the 2024-25 season. At just 35 years old, Sahin's appointment marks a bold move for one of Germany's most storied clubs. But is this a stroke of genius or a recipe for disaster? In this video, we'll dive deep into the Sahin effect, exploring his history with the club, his coaching philosophy, and the potential risks and rewards of this unexpected appointment. Born on September 5, 1988, in Ludenscheid, Germany, Sahin's journey with BVB began at the tender age of 13 when he joined the club's youth academy. At just 16 years and 335 days old, he made his Bundesliga debut for Dortmund, becoming the youngest player in the league's history at that time. This record would later be broken by Yusufu Moukoko, another Dortmund prodigy. Throughout his playing career, Sahin appeared in 274 competitive matches for Borussia Dortmund, netting 26 goals. His on-field achievements include winning the Bundesliga title in 2011 and lifting the DFB Pokal in 2017. These successes cemented his status as a fan favorite and a true embodiment of the club's values. After his breakout season in 2010 and 2011, where he was voted Bundesliga Player of the Year, he made a high-profile move to Real Madrid. However, injuries and limited playing time led to loan spells at Liverpool and back at Dortmund before he permanently rejoined BVB in 2014. Throughout his career, Sahin has been known for his intelligence on and off the pitch. He famously enrolled in a course at Harvard Business School during his playing days, demonstrating a thirst for knowledge that extends beyond football. Sahin's connection to Dortmund goes beyond mere statistics. He understands the club's ethos, the passionate fan base, and the unique atmosphere of Signal Iduna Park. In his own words, as a footballer and a human being, I belong here 100%. This deep emotional bond with the club could be a powerful motivator for both Sahin and the players under his charge. Sahin's appointment as Borussia Dortmund's head coach brings several potential benefits to the club. At 35, Sahin is one of the youngest coaches in top-flight European football. This youthfulness could be a significant asset for Dortmund. He's likely to bring fresh ideas and a modern approach to tactics and training methods. His recent playing experience means he understands the demands of contemporary football and can relate to the current generation of players. Sahin's coaching philosophy, influenced by mentors like Jurgen Klopp and Thomas Tuchel, emphasizes high-pressing football and possession-based play. Borussia Dortmund has a reputation for nurturing young talent, and Sahin's appointment could further enhance this aspect. As someone who broke into the first team at a young age himself, Sahin is well positioned to identify and develop emerging stars. Sahin's long association with Dortmund also gives him a deep understanding of the club's culture, expectations, and fan base. He understands what it means to wear a black and yellow shirt and can instill that passion in his players. Despite his relative inexperience as a head coach, Sahin has shown promising signs of tactical intelligence. During his time as manager of Antalyaspor in Turkey, he demonstrated an ability to adapt his tactics to different opponents and situations. Sahin's status as a former top player could be an asset in attracting new talent to the club. Young players in particular might be drawn to the opportunity to work under a coach who has recently experienced the challenges of modern football at the highest level. Dortmund is signaling its commitment to a long-term project by appointing Sahin on a multi-year contract. This stability could be beneficial for implementing a consistent playing style and philosophy throughout the club, from the youth teams to the senior squad. Coaching in the Bundesliga is a whole different beast compared to managing in Turkey. The pressure, expectations, and scrutiny are exponentially higher, and Sahin will have to quickly adapt to this level of competition. The most obvious concern is Sahin's limited experience as a head coach. His only previous managerial role was with Antalyaspor in Turkey, a club with significantly different expectations and resources compared to Borussia Dortmund. The pressure of managing a top Bundesliga club competing for titles and Champions League qualifications is immense, and it remains to be seen how Sahin will handle this step up. Then, there's the challenge of stepping into a club in transition. Borussia Dortmund's 2024 campaign has already seen major shifts. Lars Ricken taking over as CEO and former chief scout Sven Mislintat returning to help rebuild the squad. On the pitch, Dortmund said emotional goodbyes to longtime stalwarts Mark Reus and Mats Hummels, two of the club's greatest modern legends. The squad Sahin inherits is both promising and precarious. Potential signings like Pascal Gross and Sergio Girose could be vital, but will they be enough to fill the leadership vacuum left by Reyes and Hummels? And of course, there is the shadow of Edin Terzic. Terzic, a Dortmund lifer like Sahin, resigned, admitting that the club's new era should begin with a new man on the touchline. While Terzic had his successes, his tenure was ultimately marked by inconsistency. Now, Sahin steps in with a similar background but even less experience. Sahin may find himself in the challenging position of coaching some of his former teammates, and this could potentially lead to issues with authority or favoritism, real or perceived. Establishing the right balance between his friendly relationships and his role as the team's leader will be crucial. While Sahin's tactical approach has shown promise, there is a risk that he might be too wedded to a particular style of play. The ability to adapt tactically to different opponents and situations is crucial at the highest level, and Sahin's capacity to do so remains unproven. Borussia Dortmund is a club with high expectations. Fans and management will be looking for immediate results, which could put immense pressure on the young coach. How Sahin handles this pressure, especially if the team faces a rough patch, will be crucial to his success. Top-level football clubs often have complex internal politics. Sahin's inexperience in navigating these waters could potentially lead to conflicts with the board, sporting directors, or other influential figures within the club. History offers some interesting case studies of former players turned coaches. Some have gone on to achieve greatness, while others have faltered under the weight of expectations. Perhaps the most successful example is Pep Guardiola. Like Sahin, Guardiola was appointed at Barcelona's head coach at the relatively young age of 37 with minimal top-level coaching experience. He had only coached Barcelona B for a single season before taking over the first team. Guardiola's tenure was an unprecedented success. He implemented a distinctive playing style, promoted youth players, and led Barcelona to 14 major trophies in 4 years, including 2 Champions League titles. His success shows that with the right combination of tactical acumen, man management skills, and support from the club, a young former player can achieve great things. Zinedine Zidane is another prime example of success. A Real Madrid legend, Zidane took over the helm at the Santiago Bernabeu with little prior experience, but delivered 3 consecutive Champions League titles. His deep understanding of the club and ability to manage big personalities like Cristiano Ronaldo helped him thrive. On the flip side, there's the cautionary tale of Frank Lampard at Chelsea. A club legend as a player, Lampard's tenure as manager was short-lived. Despite some initial promise, his inexperience at the top level showed, and he was ultimately dismissed after inconsistent performances. Pirlo's appointment at Juventus in 2020 bears some similarities to Sahin's situation. He was given the top job with minimal coaching experience, and despite winning 2 trophies, Pirlo's single season was considered disappointing as Juventus failed to win the Serie A for the first time in a decade. This underscores the risks of appointing an inexperienced coach at a club with high expectations. Arteta's ongoing tenure at Arsenal provides an interesting case study of a young coach implementing long-term change. Despite initial struggles and periods of fan discontent, Arsenal's board stood by Arteta. This patience has started to pay off, with the team showing significant improvement and competing for top honors. This case highlights the importance of club support and having a clear long-term vision. Sahin will have to walk a fine line between success and failure, and much will depend on how quickly he can adapt to the intense demands of Bundesliga football. Ultimately, the success of this appointment will depend not just on Sahin's abilities, but also on the support he receives from the club's management, his coaching staff, and the players. It will require patience, clear communication of expectations, and a shared long-term vision. As we look ahead to the 2024-25 season, all eyes will be on Signal Iduna Park. Will Nuri Sahin's appointment prove to be a masterstroke, leading Dortmund to domestic and European glory? Or will the pressures of top-level management prove too much too soon? For now, Dortmund fans can only hope that Sahin is the right man to lead them back to glory. Time will tell if the Sahin effect will bring dreams or despair to the Signal Iduna Park. What do you think about Sahin's appointment? Do you believe he has what it takes to succeed at Dortmund? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth looks at the biggest stories in football. Until next time.